Connor, thank you. The Columbia City Council is reviewing the police department's policy on chokeholds and neck restraints.
Right now, the council is discussing whether or not it wants to change the current policy. ABC 17's Sydney Olson is live from City Hall tonight. Sydney, the current policy does ban chokeholds.
Deb Lucas, those discussions are continuing right now, and the council has been discussing with Columbia Police Chief Jeff Jones the definition of deadly force, among other things. Now, CPD's current policy, as you mentioned, does ban the use of chokeholds and neck restraints unless it is used as a deadly force. Now, several council members have come forward to propose an outright ban on chokeholds, and I'm taking a look at what that could mean.
What the Columbia Police Department currently has, I believe, is far too broad, far too loosely stated. It essentially states that neck restraints are prohibited unless the officer believes that she or he or a third party, their life is under threat.
Thomas says the current policy makes it too easy for officers to claim they thought their life was in danger. He's brought up a change that would ban neck restraints, but with a sort of compromise by taking into account whether an officer used the restraint in a deadly force situation when deciding if they violated policy.
And I think that with that wording, I think officers will use appropriate force, and I think it'll save a lot of lives in which neck restraints are used when they really shouldn't be and don't need to be.
But Police Chief Jeff Jones says those potential changes to the policy would be less restrictive.
Ours is more restrictive in saying, yes, you could use it when you're applying deadly force, but you also have to meet that second criteria that there's no other reasonable method available to the officer.
Jones says if city leaders were to ban these restraints altogether, it could force officers to do something more deadly.
Taking away a chokehold, even though we don't train them, we don't use them, we prohibit them in every other circumstance, and they haven't been used in the last 3 years. I don't want to lose the opportunity to use that as a less lethal, deadly force option than, say, shooting someone.
Right now, the council is taking public comment on the current policy and those proposed changes, and it could bring forward and ask the city staff to draft an ordinance to actually change the current policy. Reporting live in Columbia, Sydney Olson, ABC 17 News.